Hey guys, this is Luke again, and yeah, I decided I wanted to take some break from my Ninjago rampage that I've been going through since we're in a cooldown from Ninjago. So I might as well just do another episode of Life Stories! Yay! More of these! Yay! So today's story will be actually two tales, basically, like the first episode, which is basically how I got suspended. Twice. One in school, one out of school suspension. Both happened in middle school. Even though I liked the time in middle school, I thought it was pretty good. Not the best. It was only when high school when everything kind of sucked. Elementary school, I can't really remember much of, and I have no memories of primary school at all. So middle school to high school is where I kind of remember a lot of things. Um, so middle school. The first instance of this, the first suspension was the out of school suspension back in the 6th grade. And I remember I was in a math class. I believe my teacher's name was like Mrs. Peck or something like that. But we were walking down. We were just finishing our lunch period and stuff like that. And that's when I heard a very peculiar noise behind me. And it sounded like a clicking noise, like. So I decided to ignore it for a little bit, and then I kept hearing it, and I'm like, whoever's making that noise, they better stop. Because I don't want to do that. They just wouldn't stop, and I just said, you know what, screw it. Whoever's doing it, I better yell at this person, and that's when I pretty much got myself in trouble. Basically, I turned around to the kid behind me. I'm pretty sure his name was Marcus or something like that. And I said, this is exactly what I said. If you don't stop that right now, I'm going to kill you. And obviously, with how the world at that time was taking threats, I got reported to the office. And that's when I kind of couldn't really control my emotions that well. So I was kind of crying because I was always known as the good kid in middle school, where I don't get into trouble. And when I did, it was always like a national spectacle where it was like, oh, basically. It's like a celebrity who claims they've done good things, and then all of a sudden all their bad demons from their past come back to haunt them. That's basically what happened here. And basically, I was so upset that this was on my record. It was always going to be on my record. Is that I was suspended for out of school suspension for 2 days. And since the incident was on a Friday, I couldn't come back until a Wednesday. So I technically had 4 days if you count the weekends, obviously. So I technically had a 4-day weekend. So that was kind of good in a sense. But I was so upset. And I know some other students kind of noticed and say, hey, what's wrong? So I kind of ignored them because I didn't want to tell them, so I never told them. I had the suspension ticket in my pocket. And I believe the assistant principal at the time, I forgot what her name is, she had every right to suspend me. Because I believe they'd take that seriously. Even though I never meant any harm to it, I never was going to kill the person. I was just going to want to shout at them at the top of my lungs for making a noise. Because I wasn't sure what the noise was. Either clicking his tongue like this, or him chewing on gum, which I don't think so. That's what I thought. But I believe she had every right to suspend me, even though I do think I overreacted to the situation. Now, the second time was a year later in a life science class. I forgot what my teacher's name was in that class, but that was the year when the IO games, you know what the IO games, Agario, Slither.io, Tanxio, that was when those games started to come up. And we played the first one, or the supposed first one that we knew of, which was Agario, which is kind of like, you eat a bunch of circles and you get bigger and like that. And we pretty much told that this is actually educational stuff, that you actually learn about how cells grow and how they need to eat other cells in order to survive, which, I mean, we weren't wrong at the time, so. But And I was very competitive, so I was very competitive. And whenever I'm in a gamer side of me, that's like another side of me that is very fucking serious at the game. Even, I know it's just a game, but I was so serious. And they purposely, some friends that I had, friends, they aren't really friends, they tried to mess me up. They tried to mess me up. I know what happened. They double teamed my shoulder, so I accidentally hit the spacebar, causing the divide, and basically caused myself to get killed in the game. And oh boy, I was pissed. Don't ever, ever try to mess me up in my game. You will regret it. And I got so mad because, and I was looking up which one. There was two boys that messed me up. I know both of their names, Canandre or Brock, and I chose to target Brock, just because I feel like he would be more likely to do it. And I kind of saw him out of the corner of my own eye, and he claims he had nothing to do with it. And I thought he was just being a big fat fucking liar. So I pretty much shoved him against the wall and actually tried to take a swing at him, try to punch him in the face. So we actually got into a short little brawl, and basically we got separated and shit like that, and I got upset again, so I got into school suspension, and I think it was for a week. I'm not sure, but all my class assignments that I was in there got sent into there, and I was practically in there for about 8 hours. And it sucked. Not gonna lie. It was like one of the most boring things ever. I could have just slept those entire days. And that was the in-school suspension, where I got suspended in school. But ever since then, didn't get a spat of trouble. The only trouble I had was high school with the administration. But that was trouble I had with them, not they had trouble with me. So that's a difference. But yeah, that is your life story for this month of June, which is the 2 times that I've gotten suspended. So let me guys, what do you think about this story? And don't worry, I have more stories to come. But anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel by clicking on that red subscribe button, and click on the notification bell to receive every video that I will upload. And I'll see you folks in the next video. Bye bye!